Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Olmy, and today we are back playing Motorsport Manager. So we're here with Predator, our complete rebuild of the Australian team, and so far so good. Not a bad season at all. But we're here now, event number 7. You can see race 7 of 10 in the race calendar. We are at Guildford in Great Britain in the UK, so it's going to be a fun little race here to see how competitive we are. But so far so good, like I say. Rafael Rodriguez sitting in 7th place in the Drivers' Championship. That is better than I thought we would be. It looks as well like Eastwood are actually beating Garuda at this stage, which is kind of crazy, to be perfectly honest with you. That is absolutely crazy. But Rodriguez, you can see here, very good, very decent sort of stats there. His weak points aren't really that weak, and he gets the job done. So he costs us a bit of money, but he gets the job done. Very happy to have him, and alongside him, of course, the young gun Lisandro Cruz. Now, we're hoping Lisandro actually grows a bit more. His braking and his cornering are a little bit low for me. I want those up over 10. I'd like his overtaking to rise to 14 plus, and then I'll be a lot happier with him. But I'm not sure how quickly he is going to develop. But so far he's sitting in 10th place, which again is a pretty good return for what I expected this season and the car that we've given our two drivers. So 7th and 10th is a very, very good reflection of their ability rather than the car that they're in. So I'm hoping, very, very hopeful, that we can get a better season next year and actually climb up the rankings. Now, we're just behind Silver Racing, but I do think that we can overcome that and go back up into 4th. We're supposed to finish 8th or above, and we're well in advance of that. I don't see us falling down into that territory right now, so pretty much this season is a huge success. We're making money. We've got much better staff and driver personnel than we had at the start of this game. The car's getting better. It's going to be a little more competitive for next season, hopefully. And overall, we're outperforming all our objectives. So really, this is a great base to start this team on. But we are some way behind the leaders. Vixala have an edge on us. We know that. Eastwood and Garuda are well ahead of us. In fact, they're well ahead of everybody. You can see there they're 1 and 2. Drivers, we're number 1. Just ahead of ZRT. But then comes Eastwood, which is why they've moved up the rankings. So that's the one thing that holds Garuda back, really, is its driving personnel. So if they're still around next season, of course, we know that Beauchamp and Jar are both old and normally retire end of season 1. So it'll be interesting to see what changes they make and how competitive they would be next season. If Eastwood is still around, I mean, that is going to be, that's going to be real difficult anyway to overtake them. So next season we got a huge battle if we want to win the team sort of championship here. You can see in the headquarters, we're not the worst, but we're nowhere near the best. We really do need to invest in that. End of the season, we're going to start looking at that one. Staff, again, we're number 1. Eastwood, Silver, Garuda, right around there, so we're not far off the big boys. They could catch up, essentially. And sponsorship second only to Garuda, which I am very, very happy with. So that's kind of the season so far and how we've set up this team. I'm very, very happy here. You can see there are some jobs here that we could try and apply for, but I'm really not looking to do that. Our loyalty is going up a bit after tanking the start of the season by sacking everybody and replacing the entire staff. Financial management's been decent. We've kept ourselves in the green for most of the time. And race management, we're overperforming, so that stat should go up fairly well. So no podiums, no wins in our 6 races. I don't really expect that to change in the final 4 of this race calendar. Now, this season is pretty much just building for next year. So we've got nothing really to work on. You can see the brakes that we've got are the worst, but they're actually the best part we have in terms of competitiveness. So I'm happy enough there. That gives us a good platform for next season. The engine's not too bad, but the gearbox, the suspension, we might need a lot of work. And this chassis is terrible. So we're really hoping to throw some money at that next season and build up the car. So right now, I think that we've got some good things in place. The HQ, long term of course, I really want to spend the 8 million and get these extra part developments going. I think that's going to be key for us. That really is going to be key. So we'll see how that one works out, but really that's kind of what I'm saving up for. Next year's car and for a factory level 2. If we can get that done, I'm going to feel happy. But you can see here, great lead designer, great mechanic here. Parker's got a great sort of setup as well going with Rodriguez at the moment. That's my short-term partnership. Gosling Cruz is my long-term partnership, and hopefully we'll get another 5-star potential driver and mechanic to pair up when Rodriguez and Parker step aside. But really, like I say, I'm very, very happy with how things are going. You can see that everybody's fairly happy right now. Everybody's running quite well. We don't have a reserve driver. We're still working towards this pit stop legend here, where 1 second quicker pit stops for Gosling with Cruz. But we do have the red zone removal with Billy Parker and Rafa Rodriguez. So that might be something that I really want to take advantage in the last 4 races. Driver-wise, I don't think there's anybody in here that's really going to be great for us. That's going to be available. So, I mean, these young drivers, there's not really much here, to be fair. There's only a couple of younger drivers, no real young drivers. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But we might need to sort of spend 2 million, get the scouting department up and running to find a nice young driver. Finances, we're spending sort of 700 grand every single race to throw towards that car next season. Now, we spent a lot of car parts, they carry over. Like I said, we're trying to get a great chassis for next season. Overall, I think it's going to be working out fairly well, and you know, we're earning money, so I don't feel the need to kick that up. Sponsorship, we've got these 2 coming up in the next couple of races, and yeah, apart from that, guys, that's about where we are and how we need to do things. So, like I say, we're about to travel over to Guildford. I do want to take a little refresher on my parts, so I don't want to race that yet, do I? I don't want to race that. Yeah, all I really want to do is improve that performance a little. Because if I can get that maxed out to 89, we take that to next season. Max that out to 68, we take that to next season. And then basically it's designing another suspension to get something better there, and a new gearbox to get something going there. So after this race we might have the money to do it, but how much do I actually need? Gearbox is 1 million, suspension just under, so we could probably just about do this. So plus 20 and plus 35. Could do that. 81 to 85, or 76 to 105. I think that's a much, much better way of doing things. And yeah, it's really a shame that we can't get anything at level 3 yet, because plus 70 to max. I mean, that would be amazing right now. So 900,000, that puts a 7 grand, you know. Yeah, I want to get these parts done. I want to get at least 2 parts in every category so that we've got a good part. So if we go back here, you can see we've got good brakes, we've got good engine. We're working on our good suspension. Then we need to double down over the last 3 races and get 2 gearboxes out. Then level all of their performance up to the max, because that carries forward to the new season. We're not looking to race on those parts. The brakes there are risky. A couple of the parts are going to be risky. We don't need to race on those ones. I think we've got enough advantages elsewhere to not do that. So, with 2 races left in the agreement, we're going to go Wangcha again, 9th or above. We should hit that, and we should make money. I really, really don't think that we're going to get 2nd or above this season. I think podiums are just beyond us. So, we're here, Guildford. The UK Grand Prix, round 7 of 10 races in the calendar here for the ERS. So we're going to head over to practice, see how things get going, and I'll be back with you at the end of practice to round up what kind of setups we've got and a little bit of race predictions, I feel. So, see you in a moment. And welcome back, everybody. We just this second finished practice just after Rodriguez crossed that line. It was a bit of a stop-start kind of thing going on, where the rain just came down, went out for barely a lap, to be honest with you. Not even a lap. Just, you know, out the pits, in the pits, see what our setup was. Rodriguez was telling us to go with top-end speed. Cruz was telling us to go with understeer, or the mechanics were for each. And, yeah, so just really fiddling. We got a really good setup along the way, but we didn't really have time to run until the end of this practice session. So you can kind of see now, Rodriguez there in first. Let's switch over them to Cruz and see what he gets going here. And his first and second in practice. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Absolutely phenomenal. Half a second behind though. Other people were running different strategies. They were running different tyres to us. We basically went out on the super soft for that first little tester. We switched to inters, we switched to wet, we switched to inters, and we finally ran back on the soft. So, I think we got level 2 race trim, level 1 soft, or super soft. We didn't quite get level 1 intermediate, so yeah, a little bit of a weird practice. So the race is going to be sunny, it says. So I'm not sure now whether to go for that super soft tyre or not. Probably not. To be fair, we've probably got better bonuses with mechanic bonuses than just like a 5% tyre bonus. So we might go elsewhere. You can see a bunch of these times were set sort of on different tyres, much different tyres to us. So not really too much of a surprise that we got 1 and 2. Try spending less money on helicopter jacuzzis. Don't own either. More on your cars. Wait next season. Yeah, nice. Grinning from year to year. Yeah, but I'm not getting carried away by it. This isn't indicative of anything. So, 9th or above to make a profit. Top 3 would probably lose us money, but I wouldn't mind that at this stage. So, like I say, 5% there. Rather than the performance, I just think if they were a little less, we should be okay. So Cruz is going to go light-footed. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to push it to the limit on Rodriguez. So his parts doesn't matter about reliability. So I'm going to be quite happy to see if these two kind of work out here. So our setups ended up very similar, or at least very similar in terms of excellent, great, excellent. We're just outside the handling here. So if we just nudge back in, that should keep us in the mechanic recommendation, and that won't alter too much there. So you can see we barely went out here. We started here good, great, good, great, great, poor, up to great, great, okay, trying to figure out the sweet spots, then hit excellent, great, excellent, which is kind of where we stay. We just ran with the same setup, but after this run, of course, the mechanics want a little bit more understeer, so we're going to go with that. We used only these tyres, so first and last stint on the super softs, the medium to the middle two there on intermediates, and the exact middle on the wets. Fueling's been a problem. We're going to go full fuel to start with, and that's going to set up cruise. And yeah, great, good, good, great, okay, excellent, great, great, excellent, excellent, great, excellent, and then we just ran the same. So I've got a feeling I want to touch more understeer here too, so let's just drop the tyre pressure down a tiny bit. Yeah, that takes us too far away from there, but a tiny bit there. You can see we're going on full stiff suspension here with Rodriguez. Slightly different for both, but again, the same tyre usage, same strategy and everything we ran in practice for both drivers. So that sets us up for the race then. Slight tweaks to our settings, and of course, attack and overtake to start this race. So let's go have a look then at where we're going to be setting up for the Guildford Grand Prix. Here, round 7 of 10 of the first season in the ERS, and we're sitting pretty in 5th currently. So back half of the grid, of course, but there we go. 11th and 14th, Alessandro Cruz and Rafael Rodriguez. It's going to be difficult to get too much going. So 5 red lights here. Great start by Rodriguez. It looked like Cruz a bit slow off the line, but we're okay on that. So looks to be keeping dry and warm. Looks to be okay in terms of no water on the track. Great dive down the inside there from Rodriguez. He jumps Cruz and Mayo and finds himself up in 11th place. Cruz moves back into 12th place there, which is a great start to the race for us. So let's zoom out a little bit. We see a bit more of the track, and we're just going to run through this and see where we're going. So we're going to keep an eye here on the tyre temperature. That's going to be my kind of key. So push, push, and then neutral, high, neutral, high. So Jean and Beauchamp take Cruz, which is not a surprise. The car that they're in, they're both going to take Rodriguez as well. Beauchamp already has. There goes Tanvejar on the outside. Can't quite get it done. Will be looking to make another move too in a moment, but there we go. There we drop down. So down to 14. Looks like a couple more got past Rodriguez, but he's fighting back there. That's going to be okay. That's going to be okay. So we can fuel up for another 12 laps if we need to. So I'm happy here just pushing the fuel a little bit. We're not going to push the tyres that much. In fact, the tyres aren't going to last a lot. So we're just going to go on attack there. So double check weather. Weather's looking good. No rain. Hot temperatures. Lovely stuff. I'm thinking here, a lot of people around Rodriguez pitting. I'm thinking we pull Cruz in because, you know, they're going to clear out the pits by the time he clears out the pits, which means he might jump one or two of them if they've got to stack up, or if they get caught in the mix, he could find himself jumping up. Rodriguez, I think we keep out for a lap if we can. So we're actually going to go down to low on Rodriguez. Overtake and pit here with Cruz. And again, we're just going to fill up the fuel to maximum, risk a fast one to see if we can jump here a little bit past people. So we see how this works out for Cruz. See, most people, if not all people, yeah, we're up to third there. Up to third, it seems. And we gain a few positions here. Even with a problem in the fueling, we still gain. So yeah, I think we keep on this kind of strategy. So now Rodriguez coming round, he's gonna need to be pitting on this lap. So we dive in, grab what we need, and we'll go balanced here. We will go balanced. And I think we've got enough fuel, so let's push it into the pits then and get Rodriguez done. And again, I want to come out and push high. So we've already changed up what we're doing here, and look at that, 15th and 16th then. So not great at this stage in the race. Cruz will be here just you know, a lap ahead in terms of pitting. But that gives us great times, because lap 10 means a really short splash and dash we can get done. Now let's go conserve these tyres a bit, because if we don't have to change tyres, that's a quicker pit stop. That's going to help us out. So, big group of people here. Rodriguez catching them pretty quick. Let's see if he can get things done. So, attack overtake for now with Rodriguez. An attack overtake here as well then. And there we go. Look at that. Up into 13th. Cruz isn't doing too badly either. Cruz is not doing too bad. I think we're going to have to change tyres anyway. So we might as well just keep this going. Cruz has got a little bit of time left in him. So he'll come in at the end of this one. And we'll just make sure we got enough fuel to go through. So there we go. So end of this one, I want Cruz to come in for new tyres. We've got 4 laps of fuel, so let's get a little bit extra there. Parts look good. Again, we're going to risk a fast one. See if we can come out here without any problems in traffic. He's got a bit more fuel now, so he can push on again. And then once we clear with Rodriguez, we'll be okay here to pit as well. So it looks like we're going to be in second place just there for now. We've got 3 laps here, so let's go again. 3.49. We're going to go balanced because I don't think it matters too much. So go balanced there. We're going to throw him out now. Immediately down to high, because I don't think here there's going to be too much in Cruz's favour to do otherwise. Although maybe overtake will be okay, actually. We've got enough fuel to just run till the end of the race there. And we should have enough fuel to run to the end of the race here as well. So let's go. See what we can get done. There's 9th, 10th, 11th place. So if we're running on better tyres, we're running on better strategy, we're running on higher sort of fuel and tyre wear, Rodriguez can get me up here into that 9th place. So a couple of laps to go. We are bunched up a bit ahead of us here, so this wouldn't be the most difficult thing. I don't think this would be the most difficult thing to do. So hot tyre temperatures, I understand the tyres are wearing out quick, but we don't need to save them. Almost up in the 10th place there for Rodriguez. And we're coming round now for the final lap. Does he have it in him? He's up into 10th place. Can he chase down 9th? Cruz here, yeah, it looks like 9th does have an engine issue. I would be surprised if Rodriguez can't get up there. And that's all we need is a 9th place. Come on, Rafa. let's get this done, son. Let's get this done. 8th place, 9th place just moves ahead of us there. And we just ran out of fuel towards the end of the race. Such a good setup, such a good chance at getting things done. But it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. Maybe we don't suit the track. I'm not too sure. But I think we ran pretty well on our pit stops. Cruz had a mistake early on in his pit stop, but didn't really affect him. Rodriguez, I think, ran a good race. Just not enough to get up. Maybe I should have pushed the car that little bit more. Hopefully someone in the top 9 had a rule break, drops out. And they do. Oh my gosh. Yes, Marchetta. Thank you, Marchetta. 6 places down. That means we hit our objective. The best thing here is Cruz now moves back a couple of places on the grid, because he's fallen down, which makes him that little bit more competitive going forward in the next race. Rafa keeps his place 7th there, though Subardo and Cavalcanti actually swap. Tamvejar is back on top there in terms of the Drivers' Championship, and Garuda back ahead of Eastwood. What a battle that is. So, why do we cross the road to get the middle? Very happy in the middle, thank you very much. Hoping for more in the future? Indeed we will. What else have we got here? Not much. So there we go, Guildford. I mean, barely scraped our objective, but with this team, I'm fairly happy with that. You've got to remember, in the race, 9th and 10th are equivalent to 5th in the Drivers' Championship. So, we're sitting in 5th in the table, and we just hit 9th. Luckily, but we would have come a little bit sort of below that anyway in 10th, and still hit that 5th place. Cruz, on the other hand, was way down the order. That kind of hurts him. But overall, I think we're in a good position. We did still beat our expected race result of 8th to come in 7th. So even though Cruz had a really bad race, Rafa getting up inside that top 10 kept us on or above objective, and that's the key thing. Marketability goes up, Chairman is loving us, everything's working out quite well here. Very happy, and a little bit more money in the bank. So that puts us back up 960,000. It looks like Steinman are going to be number 1 by far in this competition. And then in the ERS, you can see our result. And we will hold on to our positions for now. So, yeah, overall, pretty happy. Pretty happy. We're, just out of that top 5 now. We're sitting in 6th. But again, it's only a few points on 4th. With a couple of good results, could be ours. So, let's see there. Let's get the parts sorted. Click, click, click. Let's get going then. And then we can take a look at the APS and see exactly what happened at the Asia Pacific to figure out who might be coming down to race against us for the next season. So Spirit are 1 and 2. They're well above. They're probably going to go up then into the WMC. And Lucatelli Racing, who, let's face facts, not great. So Shah came in there though. And where was Willis? 8th. So that's not a bad result, to be fair. That's not a bad result. So they are going to be very competitive next season. And look at that, we're dropping down on the sponsorship. Interesting. Our last race with these sponsors. So check out my car, that's fine. Fit parts. So where does that sort of sit now? Yeah, that's going to blow everything else out of the water, isn't it? So I'm happy with that. So let's kick out those because we don't need to worry there. Let's get rid of those brakes. We don't need to worry about those brakes. Let's get that worked on. And let's get that worked on. When that maxes out, we'll switch over to the engine, get that maxed out. And then we're just really working on performance of the good parts. That's all I need to be doing. So we've got a bit of mail here, it looks like. A dilemma. Okay. What kind of spa are you going to, Rafa? $250,000. I really don't know what burnt out is. I don't know what refocused is, but yeah, gotta be done. Gotta be done. So hurts us a little bit now in terms of money, but refocus +1. I think burnt out might just be a -1 to anything. So I'm happy enough with that. I'm happy enough with that. He's got 27 months left on his contract. For the next 20 weeks, he is going to be refocused. So happy really with that. Very happy with that, in fact. So, okay. Not too bad. How close are we here? Yeah. Yeah, things are running okay. Things are running okay. It's going to take till the end of the season probably to get there. So we can't quite design our new parts yet. We're going to have to design one after Tondea. We're going to have to design another after Milan. We really need the money. We're not going to have the money to do that. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close if we can get 2 sets of new parts in. I just don't think so. So maybe 1 gearbox, but 2 on the other 3. That might be where we set up then. So let me just check. 87, 89. That's still not done. Still not done. Ugh. Okay. Now it should be done. 88, 89. Not quite. 88, 89. Really? I mean, it says 89, 89 up there, so yeah. That'll do me then. That will do me. Let's get that one up as well. Because that's kind of where we're going to be. I feel that is indeed where we're going to be. So, there we go. Improve car. Let's have a look then. What needs to be done? So, maybe that. Although that's pretty decent already. What needs to be done? We're going to put a new gearbox on, but I think if we work on that to get that up to spec, yeah, that's okay then. So let's just put that in and get one of those up for cruise. And get that up for cruise as well. That will keep us in good places. Let's do something like that then. The last race with our sponsors, with Northern Harbour and Wan Chai. So we're going to go Wan Chai again. And I don't think that we can really improve any of these parts. I think these are just the cars we're running till the end of the season pretty much, because we're working on next season's parts in effect. with these risky ones. So not too much reason to be going crazy here. So yeah, that'll about do it. That's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, though. We're going to be heading over here to Tondela in Portugal for round 8 here. As you can see, clear for the race, clear for practice. And we're just going to hope to get a good result here. Now, overall, you can see we've not done too badly. Sitting there in 7th. So, overall, pretty decent along the way, with Rodriguez gaining a couple of points here and there. Cruz sitting in 12th. Again, not too bad. He did quite well, in fact, gaining an extra point over Rodriguez. One of the few times he managed to beat Rodriguez was at this track. So it looks like Cruz is better at Munich and Tondela. The rest have been Rodriguez, but like I say, we only need to get 9th place, so hopefully we can get that again, keep the money coming in, and just keep going. In fact, 4th and 5th means we don't pay out bonuses, we get that bonus, and we get more prize money. So for the fact that we want to develop 2 new parts, I think 4th and 5th in our last 3 races could be very good. But it will be Milan after this. Then we round things off where we started at the Black Sea. It's going to be an interesting one. I hope you're there to see it with us, see how this historic first season is going to end up, and what kind of position it puts us in going into next season. So, yeah, I'm very interested to see how things play out. But thanks very much for watching, guys. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed. I certainly am enjoying the series. Let me know in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you feel up to it. And until next time, y'all take care, and I'll see you soon.